Alright, I'm going to show you how to get 190 average exotics in about 30 minutes. First of all, you will need to have access to the El Camino expedition. It doesn't need to be completed, you just need to be able to access it. For this to be done in 30 minutes, you will need some workshop items. You'll need the power source and also 2 extractors. Can be done with 1, but 2 will make it go twice as fast, obviously. Also, you will require the recall beacon. Right, because we're only mining exotics, we're not going to complete the mission, so there's no reason to put it on anything other than easy. To be able to do this as quickly as possible, a little bit of movement speed will help quite a bit. So I use the EnviroSuit with a +3 modules. Place that in there. We take the mass dampener for the 5% movement speed, 3 of them. We take the survival backpack for the +5% movement speed. And if you want, you can either take the bow or the spear, but as long as you've got the talent with the 10% movement speed while holding either a bow or a spear. You'll need at least 1 extractor and 1 fuel, but if you want it twice as fast, obviously 2 will help. We need the drop ship recall beacon to be able to bring the second extractor to the location. A axe, pickaxe, knife and sickle, not necessary, but it saves you crafting them. They fit, so I might as well bring them along, and I generally just bring water. And that's it. We can now confirm loadout and start the mission. So as the ship's coming down, open the map up, select the first location, which is in C2, right about here. Grab the items out of the ship.
Lagos needs to know fast.
Leave the second extractor in the ship.
If you can find a fragment,
rearrange your items the way you'd like them.
They're not expecting survivors, but stuff like this tends to attract the wildlife.
Leave the ship and head directly north.
Good luck on this one.
Along the way we'll grab some berries to give us a little bit more stamina bar. And we just keep running. Now if we do come across a animal we can skin, we can skin that. So a couple of buffaloes, quite nice. We don't need much, we only need a little bit of leather, so one of those is ample. Because of the movement speed, I'm not too worried about the bear. Once we hit the downhill here, So it's a pretty quick run to the to the location. The reason why I go north first is because if you go to the south one first, there's only 2 nodes, you know, two locations, and going anti-clockwise, you have to end up going uphill and up these mountains. Where this one here, there's a few drop downs, and we're lucky it's at this location, so that's pretty good. The other location is located about I think it's about here. So the reason why I go this way is because this rotation to run is a lot easier. If it's not at this location here in C2, I stop off at the cave here to grab the iron and the copper that we need, and then to proceed to run directly to here. So this one is obviously the quicker one. This one down here does take about 5 minutes longer because of the 5-minute run it takes to get there. So what we do is pop down our first extractor, power it up and set it active. Recall our ship, and in the meantime gather some resources. No point standing around doing it, because we're going to do it anyway. So what we also need is a couple of trees. When it lands, wait for it to open. Grab the other extractor, place it down, and put it in its power source. Now we wait. But in the meantime, we need to build the item to call in the drop pod to deliver the exotics. So from now on, it's no rush. We've got about 20 minutes for that to complete its mining operation. We also need about 100 stone in total. Once we get 100 stone, we head to the cave, which is just around the corner. Now we've got 2 options here. We can either use the cave to build the workbench, or we build a 1x2. Now if you're wondering why I can see inside this cave, that's due to shadows being on low. Makes it a bit easier. All we need here is 14 iron and 14 copper. So I tend to go back. I don't bother building in the cave. That way, if the extractors are getting attacked, I can kill the animal attacking it. Doesn't happen often, but it can. just craft the required items for it. 2x1. Place down the bench, build the furnace. We'll need 8 rope. For the interface, and 7 iron ingots, 7 copper ingots, and some wood. Wood. That should be plenty. So the idea is to get your extractors down as quick as possible. Everything else can be done while they're mining. Deploy that and request the pod. It usually comes down in this location, sometimes north, sometimes south. Mark it on the map, and that's it. So now all we do is wait for these to finish. What I like to do first is pull out 10 of each. And that way they won't stop if they get full, because the max amount you can get from this node is 220. So that just saves us from stopping and having to restart them. From now on you can do whatever. I mean, if you wanted to build defences around it, you could. Or you can just stay here and monitor it. Take about 13 seconds to mine one. So it works out to 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how many you get. Alright, I'll let this mine and come back when it's finished. Alright, looks like it's all done. So what do we get? Not too bad. So the biggest thing here is to remember to pick up your drills, because they are expensive. 500 exotic each. If you leave them here, yeah, it's not good. Alright, pick up both of those and let's go drop them off into the dropship. $207, not too bad. Deliver that off. Make sure that it's been delivered on the left side there. As long as it comes up, then we're good. Now we don't have to worry about the fuel because that can't come back with us. Just make sure we've got both drills. Perfect. Launch away. Not bad. 29 minutes for 200 and, what was it, 207? And of course, we don't have to worry about the expedition failing because it's not what we're there for. To repurchase the drop pod recall beacon is 25, and the power source is 50 each, so it's 125. So if you want to subsidize that, you can with 25 exotics, and you still have a profit. Alright, so yeah, happy farming. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.